Hello and welcome again. This is day 9 of my 30 days of helpful mental health hacks. I'm Stephanie, this is Project Glow, and these mental health hacks are there to help you with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, depression. Of course, I'm not a doctor, and so these are just the things that I've done in my life over the last 10 years in my mental health journey, and I think you should give them a try because they have made a massive difference to me. So in today's topic, energetics, I wasn't sure if I was going to include it, and I didn't want to call it energy because then people would confuse it with the stuff that you get from a cup of coffee or a brisk walk or an ice cold shower. This is a topic that, let me say right up front that I'm an incredibly skeptical person, but at the same time, I'm incredibly open-minded. So that's led me onto a journey of trying a lot of weird and wonderful things along the way. And I'm of the disposition that if I can see it and taste it and feel it, and if it works for me, then I'm going to keep doing it. So this isn't a discussion about, is there such a thing as energy? Isn't there such a thing as energy at all? I don't want to get into that. Even though if you think about it, the really ancient traditions of yoga and Ayurveda talk about prana, and Chinese medicine and the martial arts, the Shaolin arts, they talk about qi or ki. So it's been around for a really, really long time. Right. I included this because I experienced too much of a benefit from it to dismiss or disregard it. So I thought, hey, I'm going to not dump you into the deep end of the woo-woo pool, but I'm just going to give you a tiny little, rather mainstream introduction in the form of energetics, which I call energy exercises, or some people call it, chakra work, meridian work, things like that. But basically it's just the sort of Western interpretation of working with energy. Now, I had started my personal development journey way back, I think, 2002, 2003, when a friend invited me to a Reiki course. But I'd always felt that I didn't quite fit into that world because I couldn't feel energy, I certainly couldn't see anything, I definitely didn't hear anything, and so I kind of always put it over there. People that were specially gifted or anointed or had gone through, experiences or things that made them awaken to it, but I was certainly not of that ilk. But then along the way, I also read a lot of books, and certainly quite influential to me was Carolyn Myss with Anatomy of the Spirit, and the work of Lynn McTaggart of The Field. And the one thing that always kept me tripping on this energy topic was these phenomenal studies that you can Google where they did meditation experiments where they focused their intention on a certain area of a city, and then they sent the intention of the energy there, and actually a whole lot of things happened. Crime went down, illness in hospital went down, and I just couldn't dismiss it. And so years later, out of the blue, out of nowhere, the work of Donna Eden came along. I'll tag this book in the comments. Donna has been in the work of energy medicine, I think since the 70s, I want to say. She is certainly a rather quirky and peculiar lady, but to be honest with you, I just fell in love with her. And I thought, heck, I've got nothing to lose. And so I started reading through her material, and I started doing her daily energy exercises. Now, some of the exercise parts weren't completely new to me because they did involve tapping on certain energy meridians that I was already familiar with from my work with EFT, and also years and years of going to the acupuncturist and getting acupressure massages. So it wasn't brand new. What was brand new is the phenomenal effect that I got from this. I went into it not really knowing what it was, not expecting too much. And actually these tiny little exercises for 5 minutes where you pretzel yourself in interesting positions were like a great big energy reset. Whether I was angry, sad, overwhelmed, stressed, no matter what, 5 minutes of these funky little exercises and I was completely and utterly calm, relaxed, balanced and centered. And so I built it into my morning and my evening routine. And I also then used it during the day. Usually I'll do one during the middle of the day, but also if anything ever came at me that really bowled me over, I would immediately use it almost like, I want you to think about, you know, when your phone's been on for too long or your laptop is starting to do funky stuff and you just have to switch it off for 10 minutes and then switch it back on. That to me are the energy exercises. And then one day while I was doing them, a friend of mine was with me and he's into martial arts and he said, you do know that some of these exercises look exactly like Tai Chi and Qigong. And so then I started to investigate those kind of exercises and there were so many overlaps, it was absolutely amazing. So my big takeaway from this video for you is don't dismiss the things that you can't necessarily touch and feel and hear and see. And I would love it if you could give these Donna Eden daily energy exercises, which only take 5 minutes, a go. I highly, highly recommend them. If they are a bit too feminine for you, which some of my clients have said, go on YouTube, Google 10-minute Qigong, and you will find a plethora of videos that are available for little exercise routines that can just phenomenally reset your actual physical energy. Because sometimes I think when we come to mental health and psychology and personal development and things like that, we tend to forget that we are mind, body and spirit. And so the way that your mind thinks has got a lot to do with how well your body is feeling. And so you can go at the mind through the body as well. We've already discussed things like water and vitamins. Well, this is just another little tip and trick that you can use to reset your energy in 5 minutes, no matter what's going on. So give it a go. Let me know in the comments what you think of the energy exercises and how you felt after doing them. I personally really almost by now start looking forward to them when I'm ready to go to bed or in the morning when I wake up. So this is all I have for today for this video. Please make sure that you like this video to make sure that the algorithm gets to as many people as possible. Share it. You may never know who needs some help in these crazy, crazy times and maybe is just too embarrassed or too shy or unable to ask for it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments below or if it's private in a message. And most importantly, I hope you are okay in these crazy times and I'm here for you. Reach out. Take care until tomorrow. See you then. Bye.